Greetings, people of the internet. This is Scott with CircWorks, and welcome to day 5 of 100 Days of Making Comics, in which I set aside at least 30 minutes a day in my busy schedule to make room for my own personal comic book projects. I start these things, I usually film these in the morning. I usually get at least 30, 35, 40 minutes, something like that, and then I'll do the video. Then luckily, if there's any time, I can come back later on in the day and do a little more work. So the idea is that I spend a little more than 30 minutes a day. So far, that really hasn't happened so much because I've been working a lot of contract work for clients, but it's the weekend, and clients typically, most of my clients anyway, they like to take their weekends off. So even though I still might be working on some of their projects, they don't bother me as much. So hopefully I'll get some more done today. But so far, what I was working on, I've been thinking a lot about pacing with my comic book. Usually I'll script out an entire issue, full, all the dialogue, all the script before I do any kind of thumbnailing or anything like that. I'm in a position right now where I kind of know where my story is going to go. I just don't know how to kind of cut it off or capsulize it within each issue. So there's some stuff that I want to happen in this issue. I don't know exactly if I'll have time. I don't want to cram everything in. So if I have to, I might leave some of that to the next issue. And I haven't exactly figured out how long the storyline is going to go. I'm figuring 5 or 6 issues probably. This is issue 3 that I'm working on. By the way, my comic book's called Young and the Dead. It's a kids versus zombie stories. If you haven't been following along, or if you're new to the whatever these are, video blogs, daily journals, whatever you want to call them. So anyway, I kind of know where the story's going to go. I just kind of got to figure out how to pace it. And I kind of ran into some problems with issue 2 with that, because I scripted everything out. And so I've got areas where and this is fine. I mean, it kind of starts off slow and it'll speed up and things like that. But in certain areas, and then I'll preface this by saying, in the end, I think it all worked out. But I was really worried that there was just too much going on a page on some panels, and not so much on other pages. Other pages. So what I was doing today is I started scripting again, trying to get all my some dialogue and basic story structure. I'm thinking it's kind of easy to look at the script. I mean, it's hard to look at the script and know how many panels each scene is going to take. So I start, and I hesitate to even call these thumbnails, because I will go back and kind of do, and I don't want to say go back and do tighter thumbnails, because my thumbnails are usually pretty loose, but these, I mean, I don't even know, I don't think anyone can decipher these but me. But anyway, so I just started doing this because I'm really trying to figure out how much, because I'm working within, I think it's a 24-page story. There's some extra like title pages and things like that, but it probably comes out to 22 pages of story. So so far, I worked on this. This is kind of really helping me. Let's see, 2, 4. Oh, another thing. So the other thing you got to figure out is where your pages are going to start and end. Usually when you start off, and I've got issue 1 here. Typically when you open up, you're starting on a page, like you're seeing 1 page of story, and then you go into, where you're seeing 2 pages, and so on until the very end, and you're ending up on 1. So that's another thing to consider. On my first panel, I've set up something that, because you want that page turn. So I've set up something that's going on the first page, and then it's leading into something else. And so for instance, if you're on like a double page spread like this, I mean, your page turn isn't going to be here. It's going to be here. So it's just, again, it's just that kind of that pacing and everything like that. So anyway, that's what I've been working on today. This is probably going to be a shorter one. Sometimes they go long. I don't know if anyone sticks around for the whole thing. But I plan to talk a little bit more about plotting and stories and different ways to go about this. I've taken kind of a different approach this time that I had the last time. So hopefully this will prepare me a little more and help me just, you know, make a great story. So that's probably about it for today. I just wanted to mention a couple of things. One, there's a link at the end of these episodes to youngandthedead.com. If anyone's tried to go there, it just reroutes you to my website, CircWorks. The reason why I put that up there is because eventually I want to start running this as a webcomic. And hopefully these episodes will last longer than the days that I'm posting them. So say if you're watching this video, you know, 2 or 3 months from now, maybe that link will be up. So that's why that's up there. But from now, it just takes you to my website, and there is some information on Young and the Dead, and there's some links to where you can order the books and all that kind of stuff. The other thing is this whole 100 days of making comics. It's moving along. More people are joining up. This whole thing was started by Kevin Cross, so I want to give him a shout out, and other people are following along. In this episode, I'm gonna make a list of some of the people that are doing this challenge, so you can kind of check out what they're doing as well. I think Kevin's putting together a page that will take all those people and kind of provide links and things like that, and hopefully update as more people join. So let me just throw some shout outs to some other people who are doing this, and then you can find their links. Marshall Couture, Jamie Gamble, Kristen Middleton, Peter Palmiotti, Joe Perugino. I think Jonathan Rector was doing, I don't know if he still is, but you should still check him out because he's got tons and tons and tons of video content on his YouTube page. And I think a friend of his, Will Robson, is also doing it. As of now, I think he's got 1, maybe 2 episodes up. We'll see. But he's also got other content. So I'll provide all those links on my page, just in case, because I know I have some people that are, you know, I'm sure Kevin Cross has mentioned a lot of these people. Some people that have been following me for a while might not even know Kevin Cross. So even if I can swing 1 or 2 people to his page or other people's pages, that's great, because they've been really helpful in getting this channel going and these episodes. And it seems like people are watching them. So anyway, thanks again. I'll see you guys tomorrow. That is all.